By now, even I realize that you're the game master here. Please tell me, why are you showing us this game? Of course, no one answered Leon's muttered question. The game created a mock Angie continued emotionlessly, with more terrible twists that didn't betray anyone's expectations anymore. Ha! Show whatever terrible game you like. You're trying to say that this is one of the endless possibilities inside the cat box, right? Just do whatever you want. I won't let something like this get to me. Someday I'll find out the truth of what happened on October 5th, 1986. After meeting Kyrie in the parlor, Jessica was told that the test would be held in the dining hall, and she followed Kyrie there. Aunt Kyrie, there's no one here. He'll be here soon. Sit over there. Jessica sat in the chair she had been offered, looking nervous and agitated. Kyrie was by far the calmer of the two. Kyrie closed the door behind her, revealing the gun that rested behind it. Jessica was facing the other way, so she saw nothing. Did you hear anything about this, Aunt Kyrie? Like what kind of test this is? Yes. It'll be over soon. I sure hope so. As she complained, Jessica turned her head around, and the tip of her nose bumped into cold metal. Huh? Uncle Rudolph, what are you doing? I guess shooting people in the back just isn't for me after all. Hey, that was dangerous. What on earth are you doing? Come on, why else would someone point a gun and pull the trigger? Rudolph reloaded rapidly and pulled the trigger again without any sign of hesitation. At the sound of gunfire thundered through the rain, George grabbed at his side and fell to his knees. That's weird. I guess it really does shoot low. This gun's really got it bad. Somebody! Help me! Uncle Rudolph is... George started stumbling away, still clutching at his side. His voice, as he called for help, was weak and thin. In comparison, Rudolph, who stood behind him, looked perfectly calm as he fiddled with his gun and checked his sights. It hurts, it hurts. It felt to George as though something had been gouged into his side. It was so painful that he could barely stand and walk. He leaned against the trunk of a tree. After he crouched down trying to cover his wound, he was no longer able to stand back up. George didn't have a clue what was going on. However, he had felt as though something was wrong this whole time. Of course, it was strange that he'd be called out alone to a place like this, at a time like this, and yet how could he have known that something was wrong? After all, his own uncle had told him that his grandfather was asking him to join the family conference. How could he have suspected? Sorry about this, George Coon. It hurts, doesn't it? If I knew it'd come to this, it would have been kinder to blow out your brains from behind. I thought it'd be too cruel to finish you off before you knew what hit you, but it looks like I got it backwards. But why, Uncle Rudolph? Why would my kind uncle do this? Forget about this. By tomorrow night, all of it won't have happened. With a quick use of the lever handle, he loaded another bullet. The casing of the bullet that had pierced George's side fell heartlessly in front of him. Everyone's gonna die in a sudden, unfortunate accident. Until that moment, we'll all be a big, happy family. That's how it's gonna be. So don't worry about this. Forget it all. Of course, George didn't have a clue what Rudolph was talking about. All he knew was that Rudolph wanted to kill him, and that he showed no trace of hesitation. His image of Rudolph as the ideal cool, joke-loving adult didn't match up with the man standing in front of him, holding a gun. No, maybe this feels wrong because it fits him too well. He has that same smile as though he's about to tell some hilarious joke. But he's pointing a gun at me. Why would that kind, funny Uncle Rudolph do this? It made him feel unimaginably sad, and tears flowed from his eyes. Uncle Rudolph, I admired you so much. Haven't I always told you, George-kun? Make sure you don't end up as an adult like me. Now you see why. In the next world, make learning how to spot villains your first priority. I know you can do it. After all, it's just another kind of studying. He bit down the pain in his side. With the last of his strength, George threw his whole body into a roundhouse kick. At the same time, fire spat from Rudolph's gun. The bullet pierced George's chest. George spun around as he fell amidst an outpouring of blood. He moaned wordlessly, clenching blood-stained teeth. A frigid gun was pressed harshly against his temple. So long. Go become a great man in the next world. Don't get blinded by money like me. I can't believe that my uncle would kill for money. You're so innocent. People can kill over money. The ruthless trigger forestalled any further questions. George's hands, which had been covering his wound, dropped lifelessly. When Rudolph saw the last glimmer of life leave him, he sighed deeply and looked tired. Heh, that was easier than I'd thought. Rudolph looked up into the dark, rainy sky, the raindrops hitting him full in the face, and laughed with an indescribable expression, his tongue hanging out. I thought my conscience would bug me more. Now that it's over, it was pretty easy. Rudolph laughed. This was probably just the thing Kyrie had hoped for. It had taken considerable effort to kill George.